Hey guys, oops, I need to go and copy paste my overlay. Meanwhile, over here, guys, we have another series currently ongoing. This is between sOs and Neeb. So we're into this right now, game number 1, and there is Phoenix up from sOs. Both of them went, from Neeb. Both of them went Stargate opening, but Neeb went into those Phoenix and killed an Oracle of sOs, hence generally putting himself ahead. And he's looking good right now. He'll have those Phoenix keep harassing. Now there is Blink on the way up here from sOs, trying to help out with this. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Meanwhile, guys, in terms of other matches, Massa will advance through to play Patience. Hero will play Kalazer on the lower bracket. And Stats will play Special. You know what? Let's get Stats versus Special. Let's get that. Alright, perfect. So, we're going to get into Stats versus Special as well, guys. Multi-game this. Thank you so much, Joy, for the sub. Appreciate it, dude. I'm doing balloons for subs, but I'm just wanting to bring you guys as much of the action as possible here right now. So that's what we're going for. I do think the game sounds might be a bit low on this PC, guys. Let me know. They're definitely lower than they were before for me. So maybe we could turn that up and edit that a little bit. I have not really cast from this laptop much, so... definitely feel like a couple of options could be changed. Maybe that's a little bit better. Oh, suddenly everything's really loud. Yeah, let's just try that. That should be okay though, and that should give us some game sounds to work with. As you see, the Nexus just cranking out the probes here at the moment. So far, Neeb is putting himself into a pretty good position. So, doing a pretty good job of this for this moment here. As he gets this set up and rolling. A few probes going down on the other side of the map. I mean, again, those Phoenix just continuing to be an absolute pain, which is what they're going to do throughout the course of the game here. Neeb obviously has got that +1 coming up as well, but he is going to be behind on the Stalkers. Who are you observing? Oh my god. Let me get... let's do mid-crystal. sOs just coming out with a few of those Zealots around the left-hand side. So sOs trying to get a little bit aggressive here. A couple more Zealots going to warp in +1 attack. Just getting this going. Just going to see that Nexus just chilling out here. Going to be seeing the Templar Archives coming down. Come on, why are we always following the bad observers? Here we go, there we go. Just improve this a little bit. See, this army is setting up and getting ready to come in here. As we are going to be seeing the couple of units just coming through and just being a little bit aggressive. Stalkers pressing forwards. Neeb in a defensive setup here as we do see the Archon in the front gets picked off. That's a big kill. A couple of Stalkers being picked away at as well now. As we are going to be seeing the units coming up to the top side. That Nexus is going to go down in the next couple of moments. And we are already going to be seeing the Phoenix just hanging out on the left-hand side as well. Multiple probes going down here. So a lot of damage being dealt as we see now. sOs having picked off that third base is nice, but, well, Neeb is still dealing damage as well. And should be able to re-expand here in a moment. Should be feeling a bit more confident about his army. And it's like, what is this observing? Can we get an observer that just isn't crazy? Oh my god. I'll observe it myself, guys. Ay. It's a little bit ridiculous. And Mortals are coming in, and the Stalkers are going to be taking quite a bit of damage right away. Continue to see those Stalkers just pulling back and firing a few shots off. Zealots chasing this down. +2 attack coming in on each side of the map. So, I mean, Neeb's army supply is higher up, and he does have now that third Nexus coming on into play as well. Is obviously going to be a pretty big deal. So, getting that set up, getting that going. As we do see a few of these Stalkers coming down through the center of the map here from sOs. There, guys, the settings are a little bit wrong, not going to lie. We'll get that fixed and figured out a little bit later on. Let me deal with that later, though. Right now, we're just going to deal with it so we can watch the game as we see Zealots being taken down already. Neeb's actually kind of happy to take this fight, apparently. Neither player has a +2 upgrade yet, but the Zealots from sOs are charging in around the bottom side. Stalkers blink in to kill the Prism, and I think Neeb has dove on this a little bit too soon. as his Immortals here are not going to stand much chance with extra results coming in. He's got his Phoenix back here as well, but these are units which are out of energy because he's been using them to pick off workers, so they're not actually that useful in the overall army fight. Extra results coming in from SOS as well. We'll keep this going, and SOS picks up game number 1 against Neeb. Probably more interested in the Neeb SOS series for the moment. We'll hop back into special and stats as we go a little bit later and so on. For the moment though, let's jump into this PvP. To the top right hand side we have got the red Pros player Neeb, and to the bottom left the blue Pros player SOS here for our next game. Alright. Why am I getting double sound? What have I done? There you go, I fixed it. Alright, let's see if that works out as we get this going. Obviously, double gates on each side of this here. We're just stealing someone's observing, guys. My PC setup for observing here isn't great at the moment, so better to just steal someone else's observing for a little bit. And if it gets really crazy or we really watch something, I can change the observing. I just better just sit on this for the moment or two. I've also got some balloons to pump up and stuff for people, but again, thank you so much for the subs coming in. We actually just had another sub, so that I think I missed, and some bits maybe even. Yeah, maybe some bits as well that I missed out on. What we got? Yeah, Duck U has come in for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, Joyt, as well for the Twitch Prime. And Simbri of the 1,000 bits says happy birthday from the future. We are officially on birthday countdown, guys. 55 minutes until birthday. Hashtag hell yeah. So yeah, very, very exciting as we see the openings here. Going to be Stalker Sentry from both players has become the meta with that hallucination change. We really see this Stalker Sentry opening a lot more often than anything else. So getting that set up here, getting this rolling, and seeing what happens. Metaliax with 500 bits as well. Thank you so much for the 500 bits. Appreciate it. And Symbio with the fresh new subscription also coming through. Sorry, I don't have my alerts on this screen apparently. So apologies for that, as who is observing? Please move the camera a little bit. I know I get carried away sometimes, but that was just crazy. Was the Hero Neeb series good? I didn't see the Hero Neeb series. I'm not sure who casted it, so not sure what to tell you on that one. Whether it was good, whether it was great, or whether it was messy. Stalk on the Sentry coming forwards here from Neeb. Just going to be coming back. Sorry, Neeb is not 1-0 up. SOS is 1-0 up. I've done that and then swapped the scores around. Sorry, guys. Apologies. It was correct originally. I just messed it up a little bit. My bad, my bad. So it is SOS 1, Neeb 0 here. Let me just tell you guys. So yeah. If you guys can help in the chat and tell people that. Just going to be seeing the Phoenix popping out here and having a little bit of a look around. Going to be seeing a pile on the bottom side. Double Stargate already here from both players. So we're going to see Phoenix versus Phoenix play. And we'll see if Neeb can put up a fight against SOS this time around. Now we also have on this side of the bracket Innovation and Maru. So we'll actually be able to follow the winner of this into Innovation or Maru. I'm not actually sure what happened there. Looks like it was Innovation that won against Maru. Maru knocked down to the low ground to play against True. So that'll be continuing. Actually, if Maru wins against True, Stats Special will continue through into that section as well. So that's something we can also watch out for. We've got a long tournament here tonight, guys. And as we do see... what we'll probably do is we'll probably jump into the winner of this versus Innovation, and we'll probably jump on the lower bracket for the other matches and just see what happens and see what's going. Just going to be seeing a few Stalkers setting up. Sorry, a few Phoenix setting up. I was looking at the wrong screen for a moment. Yeah, I was just looking at the wrong screen for the moment. I was looking at the special stats game. I'm not used to casting off the second screen. Neeb coming in with a few of these Phoenix and just gathering these up together as we see. He's actually got enough to fight that if SOS wants to commit in. The Phoenix count right now is actually 5-4, so Neeb actually has that slight advantage of 2 up at a time at the moment. This is obviously becoming a pretty Phoenix on Phoenix heavy game and looking pretty even throughout. You always have these interesting questions in terms of like what's the best kind of decision to make here. Like, are you best to do this? Are you best to do that? It can get pretty tough as we do see the third Nexus coming down and a flea pick being built by SOS. Now there's a chance here for Neeb if he wants to make a difference. He could maybe go for a third Stargate and hit a timing providing pulse crystals. There's a couple different ways to do this basically. And as we do see the Phoenix just hanging out there. Continue to gather up in numbers at the moment and see what's going on. Quick switch into this PvT though. Just want to show you this quickly because maybe I just came in a moment or two too late. Specials attack just got absolutely cleaned up by Stats here in this PvT. So he's been able to clean that up, and Stats looking a little bit better right now than he did against Master. But back to the PvP for the focus right now. Again, my buttons are not exactly the right way around either. That was meant to be the main screens, keeping on the PvP with the TVP in the picture-in-picture. In fact, let's throw this up right now because the Stalkers in the picture-in-picture have just picked off that siege tank. So Stats attacking in is starting to find himself a hell of a fight here with the Immortal showing up. The bunker's just finished, but the force field should be able to keep it from being repaired enough. No! Special holds on over in the PvT in the corner, guys. And Stats will not break him just yet. Looking to blink up into the main, perhaps. But Special holds on after being denied and deflected so far. Stats jumping up, but let's go back to the PvP because action is happening. The Phoenix here with Neeb is going to be trying to fight. Neeb has kind of decided to not go into the extra Stargate production, the Anion Pulse Crystals, etc. Instead is just going straight up for the few army units and is making a fight happen here. Anion Pulse Crystals, no way, is 1.4 seconds from completing and is going to be denied. You're going to see the Phoenix trying to keep on fighting here as Neeb loses 1 or 2 as they fly on in. So it's a little bit of a mess at the moment. Stalker shot still firing as we see Stalker on the left side as well, having a little bit of fun. I mean, the Phoenix right now from SOS are not going to be enough, and that's GG. Neeb ties up the series 1-1 with the Phoenix attack. Just had that Anion Pulse on here and keep this going. Alright, so Neeb and SOS are tied up 1-1 at the moment. As we are going to be seeing the red Protoss on the top right-hand side is Neeb, with the blue Protoss in the bottom left-hand side being SOS here. So PvP set up right now. And as we get this ready to go, we'll be having a look to see what's going on. We'll keep our eyes on Stats versus Special, by the way, as well, to give you any updates, as I actually think maybe it's worth jumping into that for just a moment here. So let's throw it up on the picture-in-picture, because Special is pressing forwards and is being held up by forces. He's pulled SCV, so Special is going for an attack where he basically has to win the game or the game is over, more or less. The Ghost going forwards, he EMPs the sentry so he can maybe get up this ramp now. There's only 1 force field remaining, that's it used now. Stalker's taking some damage over there in that PvT. As we do see, yeah, that is continuing. We're going to see Special with this big fight in a moment. As you can see, he's just moved up the ramp. And he's going to go straight in towards the third base. He's looking for the fight. Vikings trying position on the Colossus. It's a little bit tough as Storm's coming down. Special splits away quite nicely. Initially, the Viking count gets rid of 2 Colossus, but 2 will remain. Is there enough bio on the ground? He's got a lot of bio still fighting the natural as he chases down the army towards the third base where there's shield batteries. Last couple of Vikings starting to drop as well, as I think Special is going to break Stats down here. I think Special has way too much. Again, we're just talking about this game in the corner on the picture-in-picture. We're going to see the Zealots dropping down. The Colossus, though, man, they did so much damage to those Colossus. They're able to hold on for the moment. Well, that's a little bit crazy. Meanwhile, in the PvP, guys, a quick update. Just Stalker Sentry openings and a Stargate from Neeb. We'll see what SOS does in a moment or two. That's going to be, obviously, continue to set up. Just the early stages there, the initial build orders coming through. As we have Special pulling down to the bottom side now. He's going to go straight after this other Nexus. So, again, Stats is sort of holding on. Special with some big good fights. I think we're going to go and focus back up on the PvP. Maybe just after this, though, because Special's just diving on this army. Actually, in fact, this might be the end of the game, because if these Colossus fall, I don't think Stats has anything to hold on with. And Special has so much bio left over. He's probably going to close that out. So there you go. We're going to see Special closing that out. So far ahead now. He has 65 army supply to 12, and Special picks up game number 1 against Stats. Stats definitely having some issues then, as we have here in game number 2. Kicking this off. Seeing what's happening. And I've got the Phoenix and Phoenix play once again. So Neeb just won a Phoenix versus Phoenix style. Again, to recap what happened in that second game between Neeb and SOS, by going Phoenix versus Phoenix, you kind of commit consistently into more Phoenix production. So they both kind of committed into more Phoenix production, but as that happened, it became an issue because what happened is they went 2 Stargate versus 2 Stargate, they continued Phoenix. Then SOS made a choice. SOS said, right, Fleet Beacon and Anion Pulse Crystals. I'm going to try and get that Phoenix range to help me in the Phoenix fights. But obviously what happened on the other side was Neeb said, well, I'm actually going to go in and I'm going to get a couple of units up, and some ground units up. So instead of building a Fleet Beacon, I set up a whole bunch of units, and that attack from Neeb then just had a bit too much in it just before Anion Pulse Crystals came up, and he actually denied that with 1 second to go, and that is potentially game-changing as well. May not be as much of an issue if it's kind of a defensive hold with the Anion Pulse Crystals, but definitely something to keep in mind. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff all together as we do continue on, guys. It's going to be having this second Stargate coming down from both players here, getting that going, getting that started up right now. So double Stargate coming in. And as again, just going to be seeing the Phoenix continue to build up right here. And pretty much consistently up until at least the second Stargate, or the third Stargate decision time. It's just going to be pure Phoenix production. Because if you stop, you fall behind and you open yourself up to so many potential counterattacks. It's when you decide to kind of increase your production, it doesn't have that instant effect, right? If you decide to stop making Phoenix to make something else, you're instantly not having enough Phoenix. If you decide to make something else instead of building a third Stargate, that third Stargate of your opponent doesn't come into play before your effects come into play, and that can, of course, be a very, very interesting little setup there. So it's kind of one of the cool things about StarCraft 2. As we do get this rolling, a couple of Phoenix setting up on each side. And just seeing what's going to happen is the Phoenix still just on their way out en masse here at the moment. Fleet Beacon dropping on down, so getting that going in the natural expansion here. Again, the winner of this plays Innovation, by the way, guys. So the winner of this will play Innovation in the... Is it even the qualifying match? I believe it's the qualifying match, yeah. So the winner of this plays Innovation in a best of 5. Should be pretty epic, if I'm going to be honest. So, yeah, it's definitely worth watching out for. As we see the few Phoenix moving around here. A couple of Zealots going to warp in. And this army of Neeb still looking to try and press forwards here. Phoenix and Stalkers coming forwards. A couple of shots starting to go down on each side. Neeb again being aggressive here. Just saying, well, you know what? Let's get some ground units up and see what can happen. Phoenix versus Phoenix fight is interesting so far. But as he pushes SOS away, he uses a couple of lifts to help his army on the ground. That's really nicely done. The Phoenix count 8-7 in favor of Neeb. He's getting his reinforcing Phoenix here as well. It's now 5-5 on the Phoenix department. These Stalkers getting a few extra shots off. The Zealots force him to kite away. Neeb's still trying to press in here, just using these Stalkers as best he can. Shield battery added on as well. Again, Anion Pulse Crystals coming up from SOS. Neeb doesn't have that. If Anion Pulse Crystal comes up for SOS and Neeb doesn't have it, that could be absolutely game-changing, because then the Phoenix of Neeb cannot fight from as far away, and they can just die. Alright, so again, just going to be seeing these Phoenix moving through. A couple of Zealots and Stalkers moving out onto the map as well. I think SOS, that hold there was big for him. Again, Anion's about to finish. And Neeb's got a little bit of a timer here. He's got to get his own Fleet Beacon up and his Anion Pulse Crystals done before taking a fight's really good for him at all. So it's going to put him in a little bit of a tough spot here. SOS has gotten away with the tech up so far, as again, those Phoenix coming over, heading in towards the natural expansion. Fight starts up. Anion Pulse Crystals helps to get rid of one Phoenix right away. Neeb turns, though. Obviously, once the Phoenix are in range, it doesn't matter as much. Neeb does get a good few shots off there. The Stalker's able to pick up a Phoenix as well. Kills all over the place right now, as there's the Fleet Beacon. So Neeb can go into Anion if he wants to. The Phoenix count at the moment here is going to be 6 against 11, though. Neeb is way down in Phoenix, and he's definitely been trying to build some more Stalkers, but Well, there's only so much you can do. We're 6 against 11. When did that open up? I don't even know. Just losing a couple here, a couple there. It's been a big deal, and obviously the continued Stalker production has maybe cut into his Phoenix production a little bit here and there. Just going to be seeing those Zealots continue to fight against that third Nexus now. As you see the Phoenix flying in towards the main. Ooh, nice shield battery from Neeb is going to keep him alive, but his third is again in trouble. And the last thing he wants is really to have his third continue to be under trouble, being sliced away by Zealots. As it does go down, the Zealot's able to pick up that kill. So, Zealot's picking up the kill right there. And meanwhile, you see the Stalkers still defending the Phoenix up in the main base. But SOS getting ahead. 7 workers up. He's obviously up a base. Neeb now expanding down to the south side instead. But this is all getting very costly for Neeb. And he's continuing to drop down as we go. Just going to be seeing those Phoenix still hanging out. And again, just going to be getting in here. You know what? I'm sorry, guys. I was just trying to follow someone observing because my observing is going to be terrible. But if you're going to complain about it anyways, I'll just observe with my mouse. And it's also going to be bad. At least then you can't complain about that. We'll just stop doing 2 games at once because otherwise I can't control it and not get people complaining. So we'll just do 1 game after this. And it's just going to see a few Phoenix getting set up. And I'm just going to be seeing the Phoenix kind of flying around, seeing what's going on. We have got to the bottom side, a gateway is set up as well. Dark Shrine on the way up here from Neeb 2, so getting that going. I mean, honestly, it's one of those plays where it's like, he kind of needs to do something, right? Tell you what, DTs. Well, there's a forge, there's potential for cannons, but other than that, there isn't really much to deal with DTs. So I actually kind of believe in the DTs a little bit here. Phoenix coming in from SOS, able to deal some damage there. Is going to be pushing that away. You see those Phoenix of Neeb still just setting up the unit numbers right now. 24 Phoenix from SOS to 16 of Neeb. And that's the issue. Neeb is going to lose a Phoenix fight heavily when it happens. Gateway to the bottom side. That's going to be where the DTs come in from. And you can see SOS is setting up to attack into this now. Neeb needs those DTs ASAP. Maybe even to just defend as well. Cannons continue to come up. He's already got one in the third base. Now one in the natural. But one cannon will not necessarily defend the DTs. As SOS comes in here, going to start working his way down the third base. There's going to be seeing the Phoenix continue to kind of stick around. Zealots working their way through that Nexus, so dealing quite a lot of damage. Neeb with the Stalkers and Zealots up on the natural expansion, and we are going to be seeing SOS still just nibbling his way through that Nexus there. So he's going to be able to pick that off. Meanwhile, Phoenix here from Neeb heading across the map, so they're going to get set up. I mean, I guess the idea is to try and deny any sort of detection here with the Phoenix, maybe try and shut down oracles or so. Again, it's the cannons that are going to be the main problem, but if the cannons do go down, then there is not going to be detection available. The issue is with the Phoenix over here. Yeah, with the Phoenix here, they can pick off the DTs anyways, and that's going to be GG's. SOS takes game number 3.